Hey everyone. First of all, I want to say a thanks for any time spent with me, because I'm drawn to share the importance of things, and sometimes I can't get them out quickly because it is a journey. So I always start these videos saying, I think this is going to be a short one. So thanks for however length of time you spend with me. So in the flow of things as a whole, because I can't not look at that scope of things when something is happening in my world, and so it's becoming more and more obvious that it's a flow-on effect, but I have a whole view of it, and that's where it wells up inside to express. So I wanted to remind us that we're going to get guidance, and guidance comes in all different shapes and sizes, meaning the intensity that we feel when we're guided to do something, that can be on the vast fear scale that a human can feel quietly inside. It can be just a little bit, like butterflies, or it can build if our guidance is ignored somewhat and seem more massive, because we kind of think we got to find a way to suit something. So it's like we take any guidance we get and we'll go into our interior world that we've known so far and search for answers as to, I should be able to, I don't know this, do this, be this. Why haven't I yet? But we have to sort of raise the vibration in awareness that the guidance is coming from the higher aspect of ourselves in our wholeness. So if you get a picture of the spherical nature of our oneness energy fields, so we are one with the whole, and then you got the colors of the chakras. Well, our guidance is of a quick receive, faster kind of nature at times, but if we're ready to pick up on it and lead with it, like go with the flow of it, sometimes it can be just in a slow, like you're slowed down, you're having a conversation with someone, or you've met someone and you receive it through this human element, but they are still being guided. So they might be in tune with receiving guidance, speaking it, receiving guidance, acting on it. And you've met up with them and they say something and it does something in your field of awareness to instigate what you may have been guided to do, to remind you to do it. And we'll keep getting those reminders from the world, from our guidance teams who work in the whole of things, to remind us to follow our guidance. So this reminder really was about the scale of that sometimes with some people's life paths, which I have a life path with someone who has to transform his allowance of transformation on every kind of level that he's known so far. And so generally, if we don't have a big shift like that to do, we might get a a relationship awareness that we're not fulfilling ourselves at the heart chakra. So you're in a relationship, you're not quite happy. You might have to analyze, say, you know, your history a little bit to do with, why do I put up with certain things? Why am I doing this, etc., etc.? And you have to grow and transform to change that via your choosing in the awareness you've been made aware of. So what I'm saying is, some people, some souls might have a big shift to do where they have to look a little bit at each of these, but at the end of the day, no matter how much your world has to change, whether it's just changing a job, changing the way you speak to someone, like with healthier boundaries for yourself, you know, not just putting up with anything, no matter how much you have to shift in your awareness and change how you approach that, at the end of the day, you have a platform of guidance as a soul spiritual being with divinity. So that means you are being guided and need to be able to choose and start seeing as you choose your highest, not just continue with things as though the solution is something else. You would have received and know some form of guidance from your internal world. And if you're not following it, you'll be reminded from the outside consistently. And so we've been in this entanglement of doubt to do with the fact that we are spiritual beings. We've had the religion grounding of things to do with that, but it's bigger than certain structures set in place. So that's where the flexibility now is. We open up the fact that we are light energy with consciousness, availability. It's always being guided to expand the soul's being through the human experience. It's always being guided to expand the soul's being through human experience. So especially if you have a shift in life that is shifting your foundation that you've known, you have to come into acceptance of that. And this can hit us all in different ways, and it's dependent on how dependent you've become on things staying the same. That will be your level of difficulty, that you could easily follow your guidance, right? And let everything shift the way it needs to shift. Or you could humanly, left brainly, which is like the more structure, where the right is the more feminine, holding the space of wholeness. We don't want so much structure to come in and say, I don't want to let go of what I've known. We must remember that we are the light and dark, so we are the whole of the universe in this experience, with choosing what we do next, how we create in anything. And that's pretty much summed it up. So you can make life easy by following your guidance, the path of least resisting it, and let the divine show you, and you've proved to yourself by following the divine path, how the universe actually helps you when you do. This is the right brain feminine awareness, which is why women are naturally like more quick with like solution orientated flexibility, get things done. And men also have the feminine quality as well. And when men have that imbalance, they'll know. Flexibility, wholeness, yeah, I've actually got to do something. I've got to move and do something, like with my yang, but I've actually got to like get some movement as like a whole perspective, not same. So this is what we're going through on the planet with the left brain construct being so dependent that our brains and our history and what we've known so far, and that's going to project our future. So we better stay left-brained and construct things to stop what we've already created project more. But you see, that takes us into the, if you give off the same vibration of what's already created by concentrating on what's already created, you're not opening up to anything else. So we're going to go through tipping the balance back, which is what essentially? It's what I'm talking about. It's the fact we are light beings, spiritual, opening up the truth in balance. So the creative side of the right brain, the universal feminine aspect of the right brain, in the nervous system, in the circulation flow, switches over at the nape of the neck and down the left side of the body, the heart. We can't be here without that heart spark of divinity. And so we do not want the masculine force, yes, in all its good yang qualities, coming in and enforcing we've got it sorted with no flexibility. And that's why as a feminine growing up in this world, I'm just like, where is the solutions? I'm nearly 50 and stuff is still going on. Okay, so yes, construct is good. We have to build, we're creators, but we got to look at the balance. And as far as I can see with just my brief questioning of this flow just this morning, it's because we like to depend on the material construct because it feels safe. And no one really wants to come from the ground up with like a flexible approach as though we need to maintain that. It's like, and especially with technology, like once this gets balanced, you will see that technology is of benefit, but not when we still have the keep structure the same mentality, because the technology will benefit when we're in balance of the don't have to keep things the same. We are energy in motion. So, I mean, just look at the logic in that. We are energy in motion. Try following some guidance in your life because you are energy in motion and see what turns out. And we've been here long enough now that we could look back over something. I had an inclination, and I don't know why, to follow this. And oh my God, I met this person. Or they introduced me to someone that opened up something that I've been wanting for a while and I haven't even spoken about it. But because of my energy field, I can't stop thinking about it. And I really want it. this feel-good energy, I've now followed my guidance and attracted what I need. So sometimes when we have a big shift to do, we got to not fight it with a left brain construct of history. And we have to get like a central perspective that doesn't ignore the creative gut, heart expression instinct that says, I'm meant to use this center of my being. Like I'm meant to, I don't have to find a construct to fit this. Or what did I do wrong? Why does my life have to change? Okay, because the truth is, we didn't do anything wrong if we're being guided to be more than what we've been, because that's the picture. Okay, so there is this whole perspective that we can't, I don't know if this is a word, but it fits, partalize. Sometimes some frequencies just hit, right? Because we part, like particles, we separate things like, oh, I should be able to know this, I should be able to fix this, or why is this happening to me? How did this go wrong? Okay, and so we'll compartmentalize, partalize. I like it. And we'll work hard at looking at those compartments. Okay, and sometimes you just gotta shut the door on it and open up from your center. Life is just asking me to expand. So you can resign the construct concerns. Okay, because we are fluid, we are like flexible, we are energy in motion. Although, yes, we do have this similar construct right down to our bones, but I mean, how else are we going to come here and create? And this is evolution. So this isn't even staying the same if we look at that, from a baby to the elderly. So what makes us think that we should have it all worked out and nothing should change? We are always going to be guided to something. And it is heart-centered. Heavens have our hearts and souls at their best interest. So although it might feel tough with the human, we've got to grow out of like, change is bad. And back to the acceptance, like my diamond structured tree picture, grow, transform. So there is this whole picture of acceptance, and there is not this elimination of life into depression. I say that with all understanding. I don't ever talk about something that I haven't somewhat experienced myself or been in the direct environment. So I have known bouts of depression, so I am not here to act as though I know everything. I'm here to say I've experienced something and I know how the energy relates to our wholeness. It's like sometimes, a lot actually, and the rise in addiction on this planet is because we do act like junkies wanting a fix. Okay, and it's because we haven't grown up and we are doing so well at it though, that yes, we've had to come here and grow our lives for our souls to express more in light. So this is the light shift. So from fix, either I got to get a fix to feel better in any way, food, shopping, drugs, alcohol, I mean, anything in moderation, whatever. Take care of yourself. But the fact that the mind says the body needs this as a true coping mechanism, that has risen. And so left brain, fix mentality. I need a fix. I can't fix it. I don't know why this is happening, etc., etc. So this kind of energy needs some clearing. Where we need to get back to earth. We all need some letting go. And through various parts of our life, but most definitely now, if you want to feel one with best as your soul, there is a big letting go. And it's all fine, because change is what we haven't been embracing. We've been fixing, we've been trying to fix where the problem illusion we've been growing through has grown more in our minds to try and fix, and we're realizing the decline that fixing doesn't actually do it. We need to be listening and aligning to the whole picture and going more with the flow. Okay, so we might wind that down now into acceptance and lead our day with it. Whatever inspiration for grounding you've felt from it. And wind down into the weekend of Mother's Day on Sunday. And I'll show you my new cup. I'll be winding down with my morning brews with. So to all the mums out there, I love you. We do a fantastic job. And so let's keep sharing ourselves, everybody, because the men are feminine as well. It is embracing your whole selves. So let's learn more of what that means for us. And it will open up the truth of the truly better world. And I'm guided to share one last flow that I was in with my guides, with my guidance awareness light team, that when I say let's do our best to open up to our whole selves, it means, yes, stretch your awareness a bit more than the usual day. So if you're used to doing the same things all the time, but you have like compartmentalized activities you'd like to bring to like a fruitive state, you know, you'd like to feel them, you'd like to involve them in your life, you'd like them to be a part of your life, but you just haven't been because you're compartmentalized as a particular role, a particular have to be seen doing this. Let's open up our whole selves a bit more as individuals, even if we have the known guidance role as mother or father into this visual I'm given to remind us all that we're not separate particles, as in different roles makes us whole. Okay? Different roles we're seen to be or play makes us whole. And now let's get this perspective. So let's start with the visual I've got. So the 7 chakra colors there, they are each vortices of different light, speed, intensity for the different conscious evolution we go through, right? So we've got them all the time, but as you grow, they come more online. And so at my age of 49, I'm now into the crown chakra. So they've come online. I've followed my life's the consciousness lessons and introspection, evolved, expanded. Okay, so they're vortices at different light, speed, intensity, connected beyond the veil of what we cannot see, which is heaps more thinner now, if you get what I mean. So some of us might see more that is once not visual to us. All dependent on how much you're willing to embrace the vaster aspect of yourself. So the 7 colors, as separate vortices we've known them of, are actually a whole space that is us. So what I'm saying is, as we open up to the truth, we're actually holding like a portal space of all these colors, and the intensity of light speed of that is a hell of a lot different in 5D and above. It's supported more by 4D. So the fact that we have emotions and mental body, and we're not functioning at the densest speed that we're evolving out of. So Mother Earth, her upgrade, our upgrade of making ourselves more aware. That's the only way we upgrade. It's the education, the inner research, contemplation, and how it all fits together like that. But it's not particles as in you're searching for them to fit. You're expanding into the truth of your being. Okay, so let's leave it at that, because we don't want to start thinking. We don't want a left brain construct, make it fit kind of thing. We want to keep our balance in opening this up. So it's soft, and at its extremes, it's soft and hard. But in the center of that is the balance. Like, you know, any spectrum, the more you get to the center, what's required is the balance of these, not taking it to its extreme, but the balance, expansion of the awareness. So always you can look at this by the vibration of the words you speak, or even the tone that you emit is telling you whether you are more, and I'm talking about the thought process tone. I'm not talking about a man's voice compared to a woman's voice, because they can both have the same. She can use the more masculine at times, he can use the more feminine at times. I'm talking about the emanation that we emit by that inner gut choosing in expressing ourselves. we have more control over that and the choices than we realize, because life has sped up from the 60s of the hippie to the speed of modern reality. And it's kind of like those two extremes. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, have you got that done? You know, so the soft and the hard. Well, we got to take a look at how we're functioning in our inner choices in interaction at any moment. So although this sounds like it could be a busy new reality, what it actually is bring balance to your inner world. You know, don't be so hard out there trying to get things done, or even like verging on got to get it done, got to get it done, got to get it done. You're going to have to pull back. Remember, you're a spirit. Evolve this. Life is joy. Allow that into the left side of the brain. Life is joy. I'm not just a limited human here for like a limited time. I better rush and get the most I can. I am here to enjoy this experience. What does that mean to my soul? Okay? So let's leave it there, because what does that mean to my soul? That I tone down the left construct. What does it mean to my soul? Well, briefly, introduce a kind, loving, spiritual practice. And then from that one practice, if you make it so you enjoy it, branch into some more. So in each meditation, ask yourself, what does it mean for my soul to enjoy this life? Okay? And sometimes that will involve the left utilized. Well, I've done this so far, I've done that, but I'd really like to do that. Now, don't go all left brain on it. Keep it open. You're here to enjoy your life. You see how you keep that balance? Where we have been shutting ourselves down with the heavy construct. Okay, so our feminine is attached to our heart. Behind our heart is the soul, the massive eternal soul here with the path. So if you're not enjoying your life, you're not going to bring through your soul. You're going to be heavy-headed as the 3D human, which is a lot more slower, doesn't pick up on the vastness of experience that it could. So I hope you enjoyed the reminder of this, because it truly is a key to unlocking a different reality. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And I'll see you again soon. I'll finish this on 33:33. Love you all. Bye for now.